what we've got here is we've got a balanced equation. We've got methane over here. We've got 1 mole of methane. Okay, we've got 2 moles of oxygen gas. Let's put in that black 2 there. It reacts to form 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water, H2O. Okay, so that's what these, I can actually put this in black. That's what these mean. You could also write this out and say 1 mole of CH4 reacts with 2 moles of oxygen to form 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. Okay, you could put that into word form. All right, I don't like it as word form. I'm going to leave it as my equation. I also don't like putting these ones here because I know that if there's no number in front, I can assume that there is a 1. Always double check that my equation is balanced, which it is. Okay, so what could we do with this? Well, we know some things about these molecules, these compounds. We can work out their relative formula mass or their molar mass. This is the same thing. So how would you work out how many moles there are of H2O from this reaction? Or how much we know that there are 2 moles that form, but what does that mean in terms of the molar mass? Well, firstly, you need to work out that 1 mole of H2O is equal to, remember we can use our periodic table. Let's get our periodic table out here, nice and big. So H2O, we've got H, so this is, remember, 2. We've got H, which weighs 1 gram, but remember there are 2 atoms of it, so it's 1 times 2, the 1 coming from the molar mass of hydrogen, plus, remember we've got oxygen here as well, plus how much does oxygen weigh? It weighs 16. Whoopsie, let's get rid of that. 16. Okay, so plus 16. So 1 mole of H2O, the relative formula mass would be 1 times 2 is 2, plus 16 would be 18 grams. Okay, so that's 1 mole of H2O weighs 18 grams. Now what about the other side of things? Oh, hang on, it said that there are 2 moles that are formed. So in fact what we would have to do here, we would have to say, well, 2 moles is equal to, you simply just times this number by 2, so 36 grams. So if we had to ask you a question in the exam, how many grams of water are formed in this reaction? Well, you would say there's 36 grams. Okay, what about carbon dioxide? Let's quickly do carbon dioxide. So let's just make a little divider here. 1 mole of carbon dioxide one more time is, we're going to take carbon, which is 12, we're going to plus it to 2 oxygens. 2 oxygens are 16 times 2, so this would be 12 plus 32. This gives me 44 grams, okay, of 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Another way you could write this, sorry, there's supposed to be 1 mole there. Another way you could write this is just carbon dioxide is 44 grams per mole, per 1 mole. Another way that chemists like to write this is 44 grams per mole. Another way to write per mole, mole to the minus 1 is the same as dividing by mole. Okay, so effectively what we've got here is just a simple equation and how to work out the grams when given the amount of moles. Don't forget that there is 1 mole that reacts with 2 moles of oxygen to produce 1 mole of carbon dioxide, 2 moles of water. Okay.